Hi, good day everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? Today's video is about research proposal. I'm gonna show you how to draft a research proposal. A proposal is a conceptual plan, a statement of intention about the research plan. So what is a research? A research is a systematic investigation of certain problems or problem. A research is a search for knowledge or an attempt to find out in a systematic and scientific manner. There are some sequence that one needs to follow before proceeding any research. You first need to identify an area of interest. You think and identify the area that you are going to carry out that research, and then you identify the problem and define it. You go on and read more books, papers, journals. You just read boldly and widely. That's the literature review. And then you also discuss with your supervisor, your mentor, or your teacher. You then develop a research question, identify the hypothesis, and so on. You review your problem and develop a detailed proposal. Research projects are very rewarding if candidate is interested in the topic. Specific problem that requires deep study. If your problem requires deep study, and then if you and your supervisor have the same interest, if the candidate is hardworking, if your research area is very encouraging, that means this research is very rewarding. Your supervisor or your school asks you to submit your research proposal, and you go on thinking, how can I even start? Where can I get all these informations? How can I even start? What are the processes? When do I even start? Why do we need research? Why are we doing it? So these are some of the questions you'll be asking yourself.
So in this video, I'm going to show you some basics and some major points that you need to include in your research proposal.
Number one is the topic. This is the most important stage of your research. It's the stage where you think the idea you want to carry on, and then you come up with a very nice topic. Your topic should be a very specific one, and it shouldn't have any abbreviation, and it shouldn't exceed 18 words. Normally, your research should fall either on pure natural science, social science, or an engineering research. So let me show you an example of a research topic. Like for this one, I have beam design and numerical analysis of prefabricated concrete structure, a case study of implementing and promoting beam construction in Nigeria. So this topic is okay, and it's a good to go one. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 words, and it didn't exceed 18 words. Yeah. Number 2 is the background of the study. Here it shows the understanding and the genesis of the problem. Here you should talk about the target group in the study, or the global perspective followed by the local scenario. Your research background should be 3 to 6 pages for a master degree project, and it may be up to 20 pages for PhD thesis. Number 3 is the statement of the problem. Here you can state all your problems, you think about the problems, and you come up with the research questions. And your research problem should be 1 to 2 pages, and it must indicate what exactly is the problem, how is the problem, how are we going to solve the problem, and why is our problem a problem. here you should be you in this part you'll be asking yourself all these questions so that you can come up with a very good research question. And you should also use some evidence or statistics to support your problem. Number 4 is the research question.
The next stage after stating your problem, then you come up with a question.
And the research question should be in a single page, and it has to be numbered, like number 1 blah blah, number 2 blah blah, number 3 blah blah, and it should be in line with the objective. Number 5 is research aim and objectives. Research aim and objective are normally in a research we can only have one aim. It should be written research aim, not research aims, and it states what the research wants to achieve. And normally the research aim is divided into few objectives. For the objectives part, you should use the phrases that are quantifiable action verbs, like to determine, to evaluate, to identify, to access, to compare, etc. And you should avoid saying to understand, to know, to discover, to find out, because these are very difficult to answer. For instance, if I want to show you some examples here, like this one, as you can see here, the research aim should be subject to the approval. The aim of this research is to examine blah 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 blah. So this is a research aim, and this is a research objective, like to investigate, to demonstrate, to access, to extend, to provide. So these are some of the examples of research aim and objectives.
Number 6 is research hypothesis. A research hypothesis is an intelligent guess about the research phenomenon. It should be structured and go in line with the aim and objectives. Number 7 is the methodology. Research methodology has 3 types. It's either quantitative analysis, where you can go to laboratory and have some laboratory experiment, or you can just sit down in your office and use some softwares to create a model and do the simulation, and then you come up with the results and you have your research. Or a qualitative analysis, where you can go out and distribute some questionnaires, interview some people, and have maybe a derivation and observations, so you can come up with an idea for your research. And the third one is the mixed method. A mixed method in a situation whereby you can combine the qualitative and the quantitative analysis. You maybe go to laboratory, get a laboratory experiment, and then come out and distribute some questionnaires. So it's a collection of 2. You combine the quantitative and the qualitative analysis, then you have a mixed method. This one is a way bigger than the 2, yeah. And we have 2 ways to source your data. It's either primary source or the secondary source. The primary source, like I said, is the observation, questionnaire, interview, and derivation part. And the secondary source is the textbook, internet. You just sit down in the office, read in the internet, journals, textbooks also, and then you gather your ideas, you gather your data, and then go on with your research. So this is all about research methodology. Number 8 is the research significance. It's also like a research background. Here you should illustrate why the researcher is conducting the research and whom it shall benefit. Number 9 is the scope and limitation. A scope is a kind of disclaimer, and it should cite the focus of the study, geographical area, or a target group. Normally a limitation should be like this study is limited to blah 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 blah, and it must be in your final thesis. The research limitation that you write in your research proposal should also be in your research thesis or your research topic project. And your research limitation shouldn't be one sentence paragraph. It is not acceptable. A paragraph should have a minimum of 5 sentences in it. Like you cannot just have one sentence as your research limitation. A research limitation for each paragraph, it should have like 5 sentences. And the last one is the timeline. That's the time schedule. This is a proposed timeline for your research study. So that's all for your research proposal content. If you have these 10 points in your research proposal, you are good to go. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy my video. See you in the next one.